The views and opinions of this broadcast do not reflect the views and opinions of Armed Media, New Productions, and its affiliates. Enjoy the show.
I'm a big fish in a small pond. Got my days free and my nights long. I create my own reality. Who I am is fine with me. As famous as I wanna be. Who I am is fine with me. It's who I am. It's who I am. Who I am is fine with me.
Maria from What's the Story with Maria. How's it going? Good to see you. It is Tuesday night, October 13th. This is What's the Story with Maria. I am Maria, and I am so happy to be here. This is my favorite hour of the week. Really love being with you folks. I hope everybody's okay. I was just talking to Jimmy, Jim Bell. He's our producer and engineer. He's in New Hampshire, and it's getting a little chilly up there. So I'm in New York, so that's a little more south. It's it's starting to turn. I love the fall. I'm a huge fan of the fall. I just love it. I love wearing sweatshirts and I love the leaves. I love fall food. I love that. And even if I'm fat, I can put on a sweatshirt. That's really my favorite reason for loving fall, because I can throw on a sweatshirt and then I don't have to worry about dieting until January. That's just the thing I tell myself because the holidays are coming. Who do I have with us tonight? Billy Goffey. First one in. How you doing, Bill? What's the story with Maria? Capiche, she said. That's right. David Slauson, how are you, honey? Good to see you. Thank you, David. I'm so glad when I see you. It makes me so happy, and I love all your posts and all your beautiful family. I love all those pictures. Leo Rodriguez is here. You have to roll your R's when you say Leo Rodriguez. He has joined us. Leo, what would I do without Leo? Leo does all our promos. He helps me with all my tech stuff. By the way, Leo, last week I couldn't get my printer to work properly. I was going to throw it out the window. I was like, that's it. I've had it. And I talked to Leo, and he just told me a few little quick things, and I did them, and they worked. I didn't have to throw it out the window. Isn't that nice? So, yes, don't use the word diet. No, I can't. I'm usually pretty good. If my pants are too tight, then I go on a diet. But something about COVID, I did it. I lost 10 pounds. I came right back. That's all I've been doing is eating. But it's just the way it goes. What are you going to do? So I'd like to welcome everybody that's visiting us from all around the world. We get people that watch the show from all over, and we are so happy. Tonight, one of my guests, my friend Dr. Judith Chusid, is calling in. She's in LA, or close to it, out there. And then my friend Cathy Spies is calling in, and she's in Jersey, way out in Morristown. That's where our school is. So we have guests that tune in from all over the world, and we want to welcome you, especially on the radio. So we want to tell you, if you want to listen to the show and you have a TuneIn app, which many, many, many people do, it's like a big deal. TuneIn app, you can listen to everything. So if you get your TuneIn app, just click that and then type in Armed Radio. Once you save the Armed Radio, it's there. And then my show, What's the Story with Maria, is there from 9 to 10 every Tuesday. If you want to stream us, you can stream us on armeddigitalmedia.com, armedradioglobal.com. You are welcome to do both of those things if you're on your computer, and you could just listen to us live if you're not able to watch. If you want to watch, we are on Facebook Live. Come hell or high water. I think I've had high water once where I couldn't get on. But most of the time, 99.9% of the time, we are on Facebook Live. So we want to welcome you. Let me see who else is checked in. I always like to check in with my people before our guest call in. Judith's calling in 2 minutes. Let me see. Oh my God. Mandar Chick Magnet. Mandar, how are you? I've seen Mandar a couple of weeks in a row. Mandar, I won't be able to do my usual drop-off this week because I'm going to Boston on Friday. I will be at my hometown at my cousin Rena Crugnali Bergie's house Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm going to visit my dad. I'm going to visit my cousins. I'm going to make some sauce. I'm looking forward to it. We are all super good about wearing our masks and doing all that. But we've seen each other since. So I miss my family, and it's fall in New England is like the best time to go. So, Empanada Mama, oh my God, I love Empanada Mama. Who's talking about that? That is one of my favorite restaurants in all of New York, and it's doing well, thank God. It's still open. I've been getting a lot of takeout from them. It's so delicious. And Mandar, you and I like the same empanada. It's called the Viagra. It's seafood. It's so good. That is my favorite one. And then if you like a dessert empanada, I like the Belgian. It's chocolate. It's so good. Maybe even chocolate and banana in there. I don't know. But now I'm talking about food again. You see what's happening? That's how we roll. We talk. Leo and I, all we do all day long is exchange pictures of food that we've made. It's just, I can't help it. And then when it starts to get cold and the pumpkin spice kicks in, forget it. Yes, Roberta, go Red Sox. Although I think they're out of it. Yes, of course, they're out of it right now. But so are the Yankees. And you know how Red Sox fans are. As long as the Yankees are out of it, we're okay. It's crazy. You wouldn't get it unless you're a Red Sox fan. And you wouldn't get it unless you're a Yankee fan. Yankees, same thing. And they were eliminated by the Rays. So now who's in it? Somebody type in who's left. I know it's the Rays, and who are the Rays playing next? That's what I'd like to know. Because it doesn't even feel like baseball season. But it is October, so it is baseball playoff season for sure. Yes, banana chocolate. Thank you, Mandar, for reminding me. I love you too, Roberta. And yes, next year will be our year for sure. So tonight, what we're going to focus on, even though this has been a crazy year, and I got to say, I'm starting to feel a little like it's getting a little better. I mean, everything is still up in the air, but tonight we're going to have two guests that are going to help us feel better. Hi, Judith. Hold on, sweetheart. I'm going to put you on speakerphone. Hold on one second. I'm having a little trouble with my phone tonight. Okay, I'm going to call Judith back. It's one of those, I got to get a new phone. And the time has come. That's all there is to it. The time has come to get a new phone. All right, so I'm calling Judith now. All right. So hang on, everybody. Just hang on.
Hello.
Hi, Judith. There you are. Sorry, honey. It was my phone, not yours. It's time for a new phone. How are you, sweetheart?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. So you're calling in from LA, right?
I am. How's the weather in New York?
You know, it's just starting to turn fall crisp, which I love.
Oh.
Yeah, I love that. So,
I love it too.
Yeah, and what's the weather like in California right now?
It's really warm, and we're going to have a heat wave for the next few days. So it'll be like in the high 90s, and it'll hit 100 in the valley where I am.
Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I know.
But I'll be in New York on Monday, so I'll get some of the fall weather. So
yes,
it'll be real nice.
You're gonna love it, Judith. It's really nice. It's nice to have a season's change and all that. Now I am so excited. So I've been friends with Judith for a long time, but and Judith has written this beautiful book that is so incredibly. I've been reading it. It's been so helpful. And so I said, Judith, you must call in. So I'm very excited about you calling. Now, Judith, you are a doctor of psychology. Is that correct?
Right. I'm a psychologist and psychoanalyst.
Beautiful. All right. And Judith is very, very, very good at what she does. I will say so.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah. And well, it's true. And Judith, I know that you've wanted to do what you do for a living since you were a little kid, right? Is that true?
Right. Yeah, that's right.
How long have you wanted to write a book?
Oh, for years. For years. It took 10 years to write the book that I'm going to tell the listening audience about.
Okay.
So
yeah,
it took 10 years to finish it.
Now, the thing is, that sounds like a long time, but when I flip through this book, and I've been looking, I'm reading it, of course, but I'm also, sometimes I flip ahead. This is a very, very, very detailed book, so I can understand why it took you 10 years to write it, because this is not just, telling stories or anecdotes. This is really detailed. There's workshops in here. There are graphs in here. It's almost in a crazy way, mathematical.
Yeah. There's a lot of worksheets in there. So Success is an Inside Job.
Let me hold it up. I'm going to hold it up.
And the book is for everyone. The
Yes.
book is for anyone who wants to resolve any kind of career block or any kind of confusion about their vision or what they want to do. And the book is chock full of information about how to overcome blocks, self-sabotage, resistances to success, and it has a 14-step toolkit. And if you follow the toolkit and you do what it says in the book, you should pretty much be able to make some progress.
Now,
yeah.
Absolutely. I was going to say that the thing is, there's no way that you won't wake up whatever it is inside of you while you're reading this book. There's just no way, because now one of the things that I was looking at is I'm a highlighter. I'm the type of reader that likes to highlight, and so that's why sometimes things take me longer. But I kept going back and reading certain points, and the first time I would read it and think, nah, that doesn't apply to me. And then I would go back and read it the second time, and I thought to myself, you need to be honest, because this book is really helpful. And it helped me to get very honest with, like you mentioned, self-sabotage, right?
Right.
Was one of the blocks. Explain to our listeners and viewers what you mean by self-sabotage. Not everybody knows what that is.
Okay. So self-sabotage is anything that you think, any behavior you have, anything you do that is going to get in the way and interfere with your goals.
Okay.
So, let's say you procrastinate.
Yeah, that's me.
Or let's say someone gives you a business card and they say, yeah, it looks interesting, let's do business together, or I want to interview you, or I can connect you to someone. And then 3 days later you say, I have no idea where the business card is.
Right.
I lost the business card, I don't know where I put it. Or you take a phone number, you meet someone on the street. I once got a client standing by the red light. I don't know how we got to talking, but and she said, well, where's your office? I said, right across the street there. And she came in, she got a card, and then she came into executive coaching with me.
Wow.
So you never know who you're going to meet. But, Livingston Taylor, James Taylor's brother, has a great song, and he says, it's better to be prepared and not called than called and not prepared.
That's a great philosophy.
So if you are involved in any kind of self-sabotage and fear of success, which is what the book is about. The book is called Success is an Inside Job. Stop playing small, overcome fear of success, and live in your potential. If you are not living in your potential, then you most likely have fear of success. What does that mean? That means somewhere in your unconscious, you're holding yourself back from being all you can be. It's like that advertisement for the Army, be all you can be in the Army.
Right.
Well, everybody really deserves to use their gifts and talents and to monetize their gifts and talents and share those gifts and talents with other people.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's what the book is telling people to do. And when you talk about how early this can happen, now people find their bliss or their vision early or late. Grandma Moses found it at 75, and the last painting she sold when, she was in her 90s, was for $1.5 million. And she didn't start painting till she was 75.
Wow.
Colonel Sanders didn't invent his fried chicken recipe till he was 61.
Wow.
And he became a mogul at 65. So it's never too late, but it's also never too early. I was psychosocially gifted. What does that mean? That means I was only interested in listening to people and what people were saying and their problems. And I would pipe up at 3 or 4 years old and tell my parents, friends, oh, I know what to do about that. This is what you should do. This is what you should do.
That's amazing.
And by 5 and a half, I was doing this with my friends. So for me, I was like an athlete. You hear these kids, Wayne Gretzky started at 2.5. Tiger Woods started playing golf at 2.5. So I was like a little prodigy, psychological prodigy very early. But some people find their bliss late. But I think everyone knows early, it's just they're not always encouraged.
Yes, that's true. And now I want to segue into, you mentioned sports. You said athlete. Now you, I mean, your life is so interesting, Judith. I got to tell you, as your friend, I just, you've done so many great things. Now you also have helped athletes. Speaking of athletes, with their fear of success, have you not?
Right. I was a sports psychologist too. It started out in college, and then I went into professional sports. So if an athlete was in a slump, or teams were losing games, or there was conflict between team members and the coach, I would go in and solve that psychological issue, or find out what was the psychological issue they were losing games. Now that means if they didn't have the talent, if they weren't heavy in talent, I could help them play above their game. But I can't give a team talent that they don't have. You can help everyone play to the best of their ability, and there's many cases where teams that were the underdogs won a Super Bowl or a Stanley Cup, and they weren't supposed to because they didn't have the depth of talent. So people can play above their game.
Right.
But it was really a natural for me because I had been a competitive dancer just as a hobby when I was growing up. And I never really thought of it as an athletic activity. But when I got into sports, I really understood that what the sabotage was about, that if they couldn't use their aggression to cooperate and to do the strategy to the best of their ability, that they couldn't win games. And I understood that, and I had a great career in sports. I loved being in sports. Very exciting part of my career.
You did that for a very long time, right?
I did. I did it from 1978 to 1993. The Rangers, New York Rangers, was the last team I worked with.
That is so cool. That's great.
It's very cool.
Yeah, I love those stories. And I love your approach to, someone, the average person would just be so starstruck and talk about fear of success would think, I can't do that. That's like, that's too big for me or whatever. But when you talk about it, you approach it the way you would approach anything, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is there a formula you go in with?
Yeah. Well, something happened. I'm taking an entrepreneurial course right now. And I'm probably the oldest person in this course because it's all millennials. And they're all in this chat room. And every time you say one thing, 30 people answer you. And we had a worksheet today, which was write down all your strengths and then send an email to 20 people or so and ask them what they think your strengths are, and then write those down, write all the feedback down. So I start to do this exercise, and lo and behold, I have an insecurity that came up.
Wow.
I said, oh my God, I'm not going to do, what are my strengths? I'm not going to do the list well enough. What am I going to say to everybody in the chat room? So I wrote in the chat room all my insecurities.
Wow.
And then around 30 people answered. And they said, oh my God, if a psychologist could talk about her fear and fear of doing this exercise, we can all do it.
Wow.
Which was interesting. And, so I think there's a couple of things. One is you have to get in touch with what's holding you back. And the other is it can't be a secret. You have to tell someone so that you're accountable to starting to change it. So if you procrastinate, you have to have some accountability to a success buddy who's working with you and working the book with you so that, you can say, okay, today I'm going to do 10 minutes of marketing. Today I'm going to call 3 employers or send out 2 resumes or something like that. You need someone alongside you to help you overcome whatever sabotage you identify.
I love that. I love the buddies. I always loved a buddy system. I think it's fantastic. Now, someone just asked if you had ever worked on Broadway with dancers or singers on Broadway.
A lot. Early in my career, I was asked to help a writer who wrote for 2 very famous TV shows. She got into writer's block, and she walked into the writer's room. They write in a group for TV. And she said, I can't write with any of you anymore. I have to write alone. And she left. And when she got to know me, she said, I haven't written for a year. And could you help me out of writer's block? She was in LA, in Hollywood. And my family's here, so I often have clients here. And I said, I've never helped anybody out of writer's block. It was early in my career, but I'll try.
Right.
So I helped her out of writer's block, and lo and behold, she was in contact with everybody who's who in Hollywood and on Broadway.
Wow.
So she referred me around 66 clients. I'll never forget that, over a couple of years. They called me the No Frills Therapist because I was from New York. You know?
Right, and they love that. Yeah, they love that. Anywhere you go in the country, they love that New York approach.
Right.
Because we're very real. And, yeah, I love
very
that.
real. And also, in my profession in psychology, it's not ethical to be going to parties and socializing with your clients. So I said to everybody, I'm not going to parties. I'm not going to the Academy Awards. That's not what's happening. You're not getting presents and hugs and sitting on my lap in my office.
Right.
Either we do the work or we don't do the work.
I love that.
And so the people from LA actually referred me into Broadway. So I've seen a lot of people in Broadway, and there's a lot of people who have fear of success. You won't know it because they're stars. They've been on Broadway. A lot of people have 2, 3, 4. I have a client who has 5 Tonys.
Wow.
And he came to me when he had 2 Tonys with insecurity and lack of confidence, and not believing what anybody told him, that you're a great star, you're great on Broadway. He didn't believe anybody.
Wow.
So, you can be at the top of your profession and still have self-doubt.
Oh,
still
absolutely.
Have insecurity.
I can imagine. And I, sometimes that I can imagine that it gets worse if you don't have the tools to deal with that much success. I can imagine that it gets almost frantically more difficult.
I love that. Frantically more difficult is exactly what I think I've seen. Frantically more difficult.
Yeah.
Because you have success, and then you can't correlate that with how you feel internally. Right. And by the way, that's why a lot of people, you see in People magazine and in the, all the time, that's why people get into sabotage at the top.
Right.
They have everything. They have, the history, they have the success, they have the money, they have the houses, and then they're drinking and drugging and sexing and doing all kinds of things. And where does that come from? That insecurity inside.
Right. Right. What would you say is a, not everyone's, but a common denominator to people that are grounded?
It's a really good question. I think people who are grounded have a kind of humble, confident, quiet confidence about their talent. But they do not slide in to grandiosity about their success.
That's great.
So it's very important that you really respect your talent and respect your gift, and also be grateful that you're sharing it with others, whether you're on Broadway or whether you make clothing or you're a shoemaker and you fix people's shoes. It's very important that you really know that what you're doing because you love it, and that you're sharing it with others, and that what you give them is a positive product. And then all the rest of it is a whole big bunch of baloney. And you can see that. You can see that by people who have a lot of applause and a lot of accolades, and then they're still depressed.
That is
Marilyn
true.
Monroe and all these people who kill themselves, and Philip Seymour Hoffman, Heath Ledger, you could go on and on and on.
I know. It's
with
amazing.
people who are they're terribly talented. They're a great gift to mankind and society, and now they're not here.
Right. There's a fragility to these people that is, oh, it's like they're just on the cliff. It's, and it's this reoccurring thing. You're absolutely right. And they're just as talented, if not more sometimes than the average person, but they're fragile.
I think we all grow up having gifts. We're all born with a natural gift. I say that in the book, that everybody's born with a natural gift, and I believe God or the universe, that's what you're supposed to use to share with others.
Yep, absolutely.
And but if you grow up insecure and you have that talent, then what happens to you is exactly what happened to me today. Like, there's no reason why I can't make a list of my strengths at this point. I'm 45 years in business. I've been in every industry. And why would I have the thought, it's not going to be good enough? How can I make this list? And I don't know if I can make a list of all my talents. Well, and then I thought, I'll send out my email to all my friends and nobody will answer. So I said, where the hell did that come from?
Well, I think that it's because we remain human. And that actually does say a lot about you in a very sweet way. It means that when I hear that, I hear she remained human. She wasn't bigger than life, where she thought, oh, I can make a list in no time. Let me tell you how great I am. You had remained human and grounded. And in being grounded, you remained vulnerable. So I think that, I think that's a great story. And I'm sure everybody in the chat room was so relieved, as you said. I don't know. To me, that, like, I always love it when I'm in a situation and someone that's in charge or in a higher place than I am admits that they made a mistake. That always makes me respect them more. When people say, "Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. I just made a mistake. Let me start again." Then I say, "Oh, this is great. Now I know what I'm working with. I'm working with really honest people." And I love that.
Yeah, that's very encouraging, and I did get feedback on that. The other thing that was funny, I think, for somebody who's older like I am, and I'm probably in a chat room with people who are half my age. So the other day, before this course started, they said, okay, tell us before we take flight tomorrow, Monday, what you're doing on Sunday. Well, on Sunday, I did a manicure and pedicure for the first time in 7.5 months, because finally the salons in LA opened up.
Right.
And I got a blow dry. So I write in the chat room, I had a mani, pedi, I got a blow dry. I went to Tiffany's and exchanged something because the stores were all closed before.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh my God, that's so great. Take pictures and tell us where you are and what you're doing, and take pictures of your nails. And of course, for my generation, we're not used to that. Taking pictures of our nails and so forth. But it's fun to be with people half my age. I'll tell you that much.
And I'm sure that they feel the same way. Let me put the book up again. Okay, so the name of the book is Success is an Inside Job. Stop Playing Small. I love that. Overcome Fear of Success. Live Your Potential. This is Dr. Judith Chusid, PhD. Let me spell her name for the radio listeners. It's CHUSID as in David. Judith Chusid. They can get it on Amazon, right?
And they can get it on Amazon both in the Kindle ebook,
okay,
and on the soft cover. And I just went to my Facebook. I'll just tell the listening audience and anybody younger or older who doesn't know about social media. I just went to Facebook for the first time in I don't know how long. And Success is an Inside Job. When we first started it years ago, 2010, we couldn't get the .com. Success is IS an Inside Job. All we could get was Success and Inside Job. So that's been on the website on Facebook since 2010. And now today we do have Success is an Inside Job.
Great.
And I tried to change it on the website because when you click on it, it doesn't go to any page because Success and Inside Job isn't there anymore.
Oh, okay.
Success is an InsideJob.com is there.
Okay.
But if the listening audience can remember to put in Success is an Inside Job, they can go to the website, they can see the book.
Well, Leo has already posted it on our page.
That's great.
Leo is amazing, and he's already posted that, so that's going to help people get there. I'm going to have to, sadly, bring our conversation to an end because I have another guest calling in. But Judith, we're going to have you call back in because I have so many more questions to ask you about the book. But here's the challenge I'm going to put out to our readers our listeners, go and order the book. It's incredible. It's going to help you no matter what you're doing. And let's start reading it together, okay? And then we'll have Dr. Judith call back on in maybe a month or so, and let's see where we're all at, okay?
Oh, sure. I'd love to answer questions.
Yes, let's do that. We'll have
free to email me at jchusid@siij.info.
beautiful.
If Leo can put that up.
Okay, great. So that's what we'll do, and so this is Judith's book again.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, it was wonderful to have you, Judith. You know, I love you, and I think you're wonderful.
I love you too.
And we're gonna. This is what we'll do. Everybody will go out and get the book. And I love it. I'm loving it. It's taking me a while to read it because there's so much incredible information. And then just we have questions for Judith. We can ask Judith. We'll have you call back in a month or two. Okay.
Great, thanks.
Okay.
Have a great night.
Thank you so much,
I'll see
Judith.
you next week.
Yes, I can't wait.
Bye-bye.
Bye, sweetheart. Okay, that is Dr. Judith. We could talk for hours, right? She has so much great information. And I got to tell you, I'm reading this, and I have to stop sometimes because things really hit me between the eyes. I mean, there's a workbook. And it's good to admit, like some of the self-sabotage stuff that we all do. Because we all do it. It doesn't matter who you are. There's stuff that we do. And you know what I love about Judith? Judith is always stepping it up. Next level. Next level. Next level. And even now, like taking a class, Okay, here's Cathy Roy. Hold on, Cathy. I'm going to put you on speakerphone. Oh, boy, my phone is so messed up tonight. Hold on. I might have to call you back. Oh, there you are. Okay. I'm having so much trouble with my phone tonight. Okay, so let me see. So I'm going to call Cathy back. Let me see. I know, it's crazy. I have to get a new phone. You think I would get one by now. Okay, here we go.
Your call has been forwarded to...
All right, just hang in there, everybody. Hang in there. We're going to get Cathy Roy on the phone. Yeah, it's time for the old Sprint update. That's
Hello?
what happened. Hi, sweetheart. It's my fault. My phone is a little bit on the blink, and it's just time for a new phone. But anyway, everybody, this is...
no problem.
Thank you for understanding. This is Cathy Roy Spies, my friend, and also my boss at the Mayo Performing Arts Center. Cathy is amazing. And Cathy, now, you've called in a few times, and there's always different events that are happening at Mayo. So the first thing I want to put out there is everybody, of course, is aware, unless, you're in another world, that this year has been very, very challenging. And there have been some adjustments. And so you folks at the Mayo are no different. You've adjusted, and I think you're doing an incredible job. So why don't you fill everybody in on what's happening now at the Mayo Performing Arts Center?
Sure. Well, thanks so much, Maria, and hello, everyone. So, like so many organizations and individuals, we're all greatly affected by everything that's been going on, and MPACT basically was pretty much, arts institutions are the first to close their doors, really. We closed on March 13th. We've been able to continue in our education programs with all our virtual classes and programs.
Yeah.
But we really weren't able to open our doors. We're a 1,300-seat performing arts center.
It's a beautiful theater, too. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it really is, right? It's
it's an equity house, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a gem. It's beautiful. It was an old movie theater in 1937, so it's got that charm. It's just, I just think it's, we've had major renovations throughout the years, and I just think it's one of the most beautiful ones around.
Yeah, I agree.
We present some really incredible programming, and like I said, we've, had our doors closed. And just recently, we're able to open, but only to 150, is our capacity.
And
so obviously,
it holds 1,300. You said.
Yeah, it holds 1,300. So really, really small concerts. We're just starting out, just to do some things for the community to keep people involved. But really, we've been losing millions of dollars over the last several months, and 6 months, 7 months now, and obviously there's the trickle-down effect, and it affects so many who are unemployed. Everything from the tours that aren't, touring, from our stage hands, from our staff. Half of our staff is furloughed currently. Our teaching artists who aren't working their regular hours, all the performers, everybody. Right. So, including, the economic impact, all the restaurants who really, thrived on patrons coming in before or after the shows.
Yep.
So, it's really difficult, and we are in an area where we do receive a lot of support, which is great. Obviously that will only go so far. But every year we do this event, our Starlight Ball, which is one of our biggest fundraisers.
Yes.
And we really do it to help support a lot of our outreach and education programming, and because we are a nonprofit organization, so ticket sales in a regular year only cover so much of our expenses.
Right.
So this year we're not able to do our in-person Starlight Ball, so we've been putting together a big smashing virtual event. It's going to be on October 23rd.
Okay, so if people want to virtually check in to the Starlight Ball, how would they do that?
Right. So they can, all of the information is on our website, which is mayoarts.org, MAYO arts.org.
Okay.
You can purchase a ticket, which enables you to also have access to our silent auction.
Leo just, Cathy, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Leo, my friend Leo Rodriguez just posted the link right now, so it's up there. That's great. Thank you, Leo. Wonderful. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, no, I was just saying there's some great silent auction items. We have a guitar signed by John Bon Jovi.
Wow.
A whole bunch of really, really fabulous items that are available to the ticket buyers. But we also know that not everybody has the money right now to be able to spend that on to buy a ticket. So we would like, you can also tune in and still watch the program on Facebook Live.
Wow.
You can visit our website for that night. It'll be streamed on our website as well. So
that's so cool.
To also be able to watch.
And you have some of the kids are performing, right?
Yeah. So we did. We put together a few numbers for this. We put together. At first, it was like, oh yeah, you're gonna, your students will perform as they typically do, and we're trying to figure that out, because it's a whole different ball game and with social distancing, and we can't really be near each other singing. So it was my idea to I thought of the song as an opening number of what the world needs now, because I thought, well, what could we possibly say right now?
Right.
It's really coming out of the mouths of young people is we really need love, and we need to come together.
Oh, I love it.
We have so much going on. So our opening number, we decided to feature some of the students who have been coming to all of our MPAC online classes and our virtual programs since the spring. So it's not our typical performing arts company members who are always, performing for different nonprofits. It's from the age of 7 years old up until 18 are in this opening number, and these kids, worked hard at home.
Oh, that's great.
Darius has been music directing them with me, Darius Browner, and working on their harmonies, working on their parts, having rehearsals through Zoom. Then they were all sent a track.
Wow.
They were all sent a track, and they did, specific instructions, and they all recorded themselves at home and sent in their parts to us.
That's amazing.
Now, the magic happens putting it all together. So it's coming together great. Dana Graber is a fabulous editor.
Dana is incredible.
Really
yep.
Yeah, she's incredible. She's working really hard with Darius and I. And I think we're going to come out with something really nice.
Oh, so, I can't wait.
And then they decided to kind of go with the whole theme of the ball based around what the world needs now.
Yeah.
So
I love it because
you're a couple other numbers.
You're living in the moment, and you're rather than ignore it or try to sweep it under the rug or say, "Oh, everything's great." It's a great way to say this is where we're at, and we're acknowledging it, and we're rolling with the punches.
Yeah, and it was, even working with the kids and rehearsing with them, we got to talk a lot about, what this means and what kind of message and what, the things that they've been going through and how they've been feeling over the last 6 months.
Absolutely.
And, staying positive. And they were so cute. They would, write in the chat room, well, this is so much fun. I don't want this rehearsal to end. And I think it just, it was yet another opportunity for them to come together and to be around other kids, to sing, to express themselves, So I think they're going to be really proud when they see it all,
Absolutely. So we can all check in. It's October 23rd. You go to the Mayo Performing Arts Center website. You can check in. It's called the Starlight Ballroom. If you are able to contribute, that's amazing. If you are not, watch it anyway. I know a lot of us are, in different situations, but the school is an amazing place. I've worked there for 10 years. I've had nothing but amazing experiences. Cathy has been our fearless leader forever. And Cathy, you really are I don't know how you do it, but you always make everybody feel so special and loved, and the product that you produce is always incredible. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Maria. I mean, are you kidding me? You're such a huge part of our program, and we're thrilled to have you. And I can't wait until, we're back in person and we get to do it even more. And, I always feel like if you're going to do something, do it with all the heart you have. So,
absolutely. I agree 100%.
So I think that I have a team that also lives by that. So I'm blessed to work with such fantastic people who, I miss being around all of you every day. I know,
me too, because we had so many laughs. Our team is amazing. I mean, I used to love coming to work. I loved it. We'll be back again. We just, everybody has to we have to make the best of what we have. And there are some beautiful things that are coming from this I think the kids, the adults, the teachers, everyone really appreciates what we have. And I think that's the big win in this, is that there's so much gratitude for each other.
Yeah, 100%. And I think we realize, kind of the role that we can play in the students' lives, how much more of an impact it has even now.
Absolutely.
Being able to still be there for them and to provide these programs for them. And I'm so grateful that MPAC has really enabled us to continue to do this. And, especially, one of our programs, the Miracle Project program, which is a program for children with autism and other special needs, that's something that we really use the Starlight Ball to raise money for, to be able to continue. And, those kids, we're continuing with their online classes. We have even more students enrolled than ever. And,
wow.
They're just my face hurts on Thursdays because I just smile so much.
I know, it's true.
Them. They're so inspiring.
And they're so
today
cute.
We were watching some of their performances from the state when they were at MPAC. And I was I just started welling up. I'm I miss seeing them so much. But I've been, I'm so grateful that we've been able to stay connected and still, provide some programs for them. Although it's not the same.
Right.
It's something, So.
Yeah, but that's great. People are adjusting, and and we won't be here forever. We're here now. But and
right.
We'll get through it. But this is really great. There's nothing but heart at Mayo, and Cathy is the head of all that, because you listen. Success starts at the top, Cathy. You treat everybody with such respect, and I can't thank you enough. I love working for you. You're amazing. So thank you, honey.
Thanks. I mean, I'm humbled to work with all of you. So
all right, and the Starlight Ball.
I'm the lucky one, Maria.
Well, I don't know about that, and listen, also Red Sox fan Roberta, one of our friends, Roberta, is listening. Cathy's also a Red Sox fan. Okay, Cathy, so we're going to post everything up there. Thank you so much for everything, for calling in, and we'll keep people posted on what's happening there.
Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, I really appreciate it. I hope everybody gets to watch.
Yeah, it's well worth going there. They will. We'll get them there. Okay, thank you, Cathy. Okay. Thanks for calling in.
All right, take care, Maria. I can't wait to see what you're going to cook tonight.
That's what I'm going to do right after we hang up. I'm going to show people what I cooked tonight. Thank you for asking. Great segue, Cathy.
I'm hungry, so.
All right. Okay.
All right, talk to you later. Thanks.
Thank you, honey. Bye. Oh, she's the best. I love working for Cathy. She's the best boss ever. Okay, so as Cathy Roy Spies said, great segue, we have reached the section of our show called, come on everybody at home, go ahead, keep eating. All right, so what did I make tonight? Well, first of all, I want to show you that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are joining us for dinner tonight. Jeffrey Campbell got me these, Jeffrey and Stephen. So yes, Kamala and Joe are joining us. So what are we having tonight? I made, because I was in a Massachusetts, because I'm going to Boston this weekend. I was in a New England head. So I got cod, delicious cod, which the Italians would call it bacala. So I got bacala, or cod, for the American kids. And you don't have to read it because I put so much stuff in it. So what I did was I marinated it in cilantro, lemon, Old Bay, and white wine. Then I took Sylvia's, from Sylvia's restaurant in Harlem, has like a cornmeal kind of crust thing that you can buy. And I crusted it in cornmeal and fried that all up in a pan. Then I have a vegetable medley here that I also sauteed in butter. This is very fattening, by the way. So I have broccoli, carrots, cauliflower, and green beans. And then what's underneath there? Delicious Spanish rice. So this is a feast from all cultures. I love it. I got a little Harlem in there. I got a little Massachusetts in there. I got a little Spanish Dominican rice in there. I made all of this myself. This is right up my alley. I love everything mixed together. It makes people crazy, but I'm one of those people. I'm like, that's why I love shepherd's pies and casseroles and all this stuff, because I like mixing everything together. So that's what we're having now for my salad, because of course it was Italian Heritage Month in October. I'm very proud of that. Governor Cuomo, who I'm just crazy about, posted this beautiful picture of he and his mother. And then yesterday, Mother Cabrini's statue. Mother Cabrini was the saint of immigrants, the Italian immigrants. My mother loved her. And so he unveiled a statue yesterday, so I thought I got to make an Italian salad. So Boston lettuce, again, from my Boston people, because I'm feeling very drawn to my hometown. Boston lettuce. I got these vine-ripe cherry tomatoes. So they're little mini vine-ripe tomatoes. They're off the hook. You can get them at Trader Joe's, or you can get them at a lot of different places now. Vine-ripe cherry tomatoes. And then black olives, which I've sliced up. I love my black olives. And I'm going to put a fig-infused vinegar on this and an extra virgin olive oil. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to put a Milanese Gramola olive oil from New England Olive Oil Company, which is a great... You want to go and check out New England Olive Oil Company. Go to their website. They have the most amazing oil and vinegars, and it's in Concord, Massachusetts, right near my sister Carla's hair salon, which is called European Flair. If you're in West Concord, you can go and get your hair did by my sister, and then stop by New England Olive Oil Company and get some olive oil. Now, for my Ziana, who I love, who's my favorite Italian lady, she is Rena, Crinali Bergi's mom. She loves Malomars. So I saw them in the store in Jersey, in the supermarket, and I said, I have to get Malomars for my Ziana. So that's what we're having tonight. It's going to be delicious. Now, so thank you, Cathy, for asking. Mandar, our keeper of culinary records, has written everything down. Mandar, someday you're going to write a cookbook. It's going to be all my recipes. I want to check on all my people because I haven't been able to say hi because I was busy listening to these wonderful women that called in tonight. You know, one of the reasons I put Judith and Cathy Roy in the same episode is because I personally this week was having a little bit of a challenging week. I was starting to kind of sort of want to throw in the towel. You know, as Cathy was saying, a lot of us have been unemployed for a while now, and we're trying to piece things together and do a little bit here, a little bit there. But it's been really stressful, and I needed to hear two level-headed, warm, loving people, and both callers delivered, hit it out of the park. So thank you, Judith. Thank you, Cathy, for doing that. So Rena, Yes, Rena Berge, I am beside myself. I've been kind of packing all the stuff. So I'm going to be at Rena Crunali Berge's house this Saturday making my sauce. And I already got all my Boston orders. So we got a lot of orders, Rena. It's going to be crazy. But everybody's on board. They're going to be coming at different times to pick up. A little social distancing. Everybody's going to have their masks. Yeah, I started making sauce because I like to do... Cora, I'm going to be at Rena's this weekend. Cora is my cousin who I adore. Yes, we got to figure something out. We're going to do something. So I started making sauce because people were sad. People were stuck at home. People didn't want to leave the house. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to make a big batch of sauce and I'm going to just start delivering it. And that way people don't have to leave their houses. And I can kind of sort of see my friends. We can all keep our masks on and just drop it off at their doors. And I started doing that and people were so happy. And then I was so happy because I was able to do something nice for them and they were doing something nice for me and it just snowballed. So now it's been 6 weeks of delivering happiness. So now I'm going to Boston for the weekend. I'm looking forward to it. So Lynn, we drove home listening to your show. Thank you, honey. I love Lynn Portis. Lynn Portis, I got some new lyrics. I think we're going to need to write a new song. Rena, can't wait. Mandar, yes, has written down all our recipes. Who else do we have? I think, Cheryl Giuliani Rubenstein, how are you, honey bunny? Yes, Puerto Rican, and Puerto Ricans also call it, you call it bacalao. We call it bacala. So you're right, in Spanish it's bacalao, which I love. Cora, oh my God, I want to come and eat. I know, doesn't that sound good, bacala? I just was missing my Boston stuff and it's warm and I wanted to make something like that. Ed Kutu, my friend from Stoneham High School. We went to high school together. Ed owns a wonderful hair salon in Old Rocky Hill, Connecticut. No, I'm sorry. Not old, that was the old place. Rocky Hill, Connecticut. It's called Blade Salon. Go and check Eddie out. Yes, the Biden-Harris, they are enjoying. Joe and Kamala are both enjoying. Okay, go ahead, keep eating. It says, everybody, let me see. Just check. I think I saw Willie Martinez here for a second. Leo, thank you so much for posting the MPAC stuff. Willie Martinez, there he is, sending big hugs from Brooklyn. Willie, I follow your page. I love all your posts. Willie is an amazing drummer, and he is one of 6 in La Familia Sextet, and they are incredible. And Willie does a lot of live... Willie, we might have to have you call in soon. Does a lot of live, Facebook Live, where the whole band is playing. I get lost in it, Willie. Thank you for helping me escape my crazy head, which I need more than ever these days. Okay, let me see who else has checked in with us. Sophia Brown, hi, honey. How you doing? Sophia Brown has checked in with us. She's in the Bronx. She's going to get some sauce this week. So we have put all that stuff up. Leo's put the Judith stuff up. I want to show you Judith's book again as we are winding down. This is Judith Chusid's book. Success is an inside job. Stop playing small, overcome fear of success, live your potential. Go to Amazon and just order it. This book is so great. It's going to take you a while. It's not the kind of thing you just zip through. I suggest the hardcover. I mean the soft cover because, I like to write and things, but it's such a great book. I'm telling you, you're gonna start to. It's like going to the chiropractor when you're out of whack. This is like a psychological chiropractor. It's gonna literally start to adjust your thinking, and you're gonna start doing things differently. It almost tricks you into doing things differently. This really helped me. Actually, the sauce thing was born from this. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna do that. I'm not just gonna say I'm gonna do it. I want to do something nice, right? And then okay, one thing leads to another. So, please go and check out the Mayo Performing Arts Center Starlight Ball. That is October 23rd. It is not in person, but you can go to their website. If you can buy a ticket, and to support them. They do wonderful things like the Miracle Project, which helps autistic children. It's an amazing program. Amazing. I can't tell you enough about that. But there's a million other great things they do as well. If you can't, right now, you go and check them out anyway. It's going to make you feel good. And then you'll be connected to the Mayo Performing Arts Center, and you'll know what we do there. I've been working there for 10 years. Darius has been there for, I think, longer, 15, more years. And Cathy and Darius have known each other since I think they were in high school. So isn't that great? Great people stick together. Okay, so Jimmy, how much time do we have? I think we're getting very close to the end of our show, if I'm not mistaken. Cora, I can't wait to see you. I'm going to be at Rena's. 2.5 minutes. Okay, we're good. Can't wait to see you. I'm going to be at Rena's I'm going to cook all day Saturday, and then people are going to start coming over to pick up their sauce in the afternoon and evening. Rena, I got a lot of sauce to make, but so we'll have to talk tomorrow and just do our little checklist. I'm going to bring all my stuff from here and all that stuff. I'm going to get a haircut too, because my dad's a hairdresser. When I go home to Massachusetts, I always get my haircut. So that's one of those great things. And, this is what we'll do with Judith. We will definitely have her call back, because she was great. I could listen to Judith all night. We'll have her call back. So when you get your books, if you're interested in that, which would be great, no, I don't want to force anybody, but if you get it, then you write down questions you have for Judith, and we'll have her call in and back in like a month and a half, and we'll see where we're at and stuff. I really found so much of it interesting. Okay, Jimmy, we're going to end this. I want to thank Jim Bell, our producer and engineer. He's amazing. He's in New Hampshire. I want to thank Joe Rocks at Armed Radio for getting me on the airwaves 3 years ago. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, everybody. Please come back next week. We love and appreciate you.
Find